There is a problem in VRChat. I'm not talking about the hackers, the modded clients, the rippers, the crashers. I'm talking about the mirrors. The mirrors in our virtual world are such a big problem that I don't join public worlds anymore. I stay in a private world, I invite people that I personally know, and I no longer enter public worlds that have mirrors in them. When you join a VRChat world, you already know where everyone is going to be before you even load in, huddled around a mirror while one person plays some obnoxious music. When you walk into a room, you know that everybody is going to be staring at themselves in a mirror, and it's such a big problem that nobody talks about inside of VRChat. The coined term for these people are mirror dwellers, because when you stare at a mirror, you get pulled in, you get sucked into staring at yourself. I have to admit, it's really, really cool. When I first started playing VRChat, I would stare at myself in a mirror a lot. It's because when you look at yourself in a mirror in real life, you're used to seeing your flesh, your real life human body moving around. But in VRChat, you're looking at an entirely different body, and it moves perfectly with your real life body. Now that's an illusion that us humans are not used to seeing at all, so I can understand how it's very admiring to stare at yourself in a mirror in VRChat. It is a really cool thing to look at, but it has more negatives than it does positives. The people that make VRChat worlds know this so much to the point where they place a huge mirror in the center of their world because they know that everybody is just going to be huddled around that. One of the saddest things that I see every single time is when I join a world called the Void Club, which is literally a nightclub in VRChat. Every single player is not on the dance floor, they're not playing music, they're not jumping around with their full body tracking and actually dancing and getting loose. Instead, they're sitting down staring at themselves in a mirror. It's a very, very sad situation where you pay close to $1,000 to get full body tracking so that you can submit your entire body into virtual reality. And instead of dancing and talking to people and giving people a high five or a hug, for an example, you're just staring, looking at yourself move. It ruins the point of VRChat. This is a social game centered around being social, centered around talking and meeting new people. Instead, you're listening to someone's obnoxious music and staring at yourself move your head from left to right to see your goddamn hair dynamics move.
It's socially acceptable in this game to look at a mirror and like no one's gonna say anything, but if you did that in real life, it's completely different.
So in 2018, there was this meme called Mirror Simulator, right? And when people sit in front of the mirror after that, they're perpetuating that meme, you know, a meme that essentially killed the game, right? And by doing that, not only are they making themselves look stupid, but they're making the community look stupid with them. Mirror people are, I like to think of them as NPCs, you know? Like they're kind of like background players. You can't really talk to them. They just sit there. They don't really contribute much. Looking at people like that makes me feel better about myself, right? Because I know I'm not perfect, but, you know, damn, at least I'm not a failure, right?
I don't like to always turn my head to talk to someone. I can just look like right there, and they're right there.
Doesn't that make this game less of like VR, like a virtual chat, and more of like a Discord call? Now, instead of staring at people stare at themselves in VRChat, I got better things to do with my time. So what I would rather do instead was either not join a mirror world at all. I would join something like Never Have I Ever, which everybody is forced to be in the center of the map where you have to ask each other very awkward and funny questions to move up. Or I would join a mirror world and I would pull everybody away from the mirror. I know people, myself included, that are awkward in real life, so they use virtual reality to practice their pickup lines, to practice making small talk with other people, so that eventually in the real world, when they're in the situation where they have to speak to other human beings, they're going to be a lot more comfortable with it, and they can desensitize themselves without actually having to practice with a real human being. This is what VRChat should be. It should be a game where you walk in, you meet a lot of people, you chat, everyone has a great time speaking to each other, instead of being a real life 2.0 where everybody is staring at their cell phone screens and being socially awkward. If you make 3D worlds for VRChat or any other social VR game, please do the community a favor by placing your mirror at the very start of the map so everybody can load into your world, check their full body tracking, calibrate their bodies, and continue onto your world to actually appreciate how beautiful it is. Thank you for watching this video. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.